Hi, welcome to Chamber Connection. I'm Candice Lee. I'm the president of the Towns County Chamber of Commerce. We've got two special guests here with us today, and a little bit early, but I wanted to do this show early to talk about needs of some of our nonprofits at the holiday season. First of all, we've got Amy Rosser, Gibby Rosser, for all of you that know Amy's family from Young Harris. Amy is the director of the Towns County Family Connection here in Hiawassee. You serve the whole county, of course, and I know you do a lot more outside the county, and we'll get to that if we have time. But Amy's going to tell us a little bit about, first of all, what does Family Connection do in general, and then we'll hit the highlights of what you guys need for the holidays.
Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Family Connection, we are all about improving the lives of family and children. And in Towns County, we work on issues regarding child abuse and neglect and school success. We want all of our students to be successful, and we want all of our families to be successful. We want them to be healthy, and we want them to, have lives that are fulfilled and rich,
Right.
So that's what we do, and we're all about just what we can do in the community to help improve them, help in any way we can step in and just make sure that we're doing what we need to be doing.
And you can see the results in the kids and the family. I want to mention Amy's organization is a little bit different than a normal nonprofit, and I don't think any two nonprofits are the same, and I have always believed that truly, that they're always, they have a special path they're taking, but Amy's nonprofit is considered a collaborative. And she does not just work within the schools. You don't work just within Family Connection, the organization Family Connection. You work with all different organizations in the county. And I think you work with organizations in the state, correct?
We do. We are community-wide. I think that is one of our greatest misconceptions, because we're so blessed in that we have such a wonderful partnership with the school, which we love, and our office is located at Towns County Schools, but we are a community-wide organization. We work with all kind of community agencies, organizations, faith-based people, congregations, pastors, and we're all about what we can do to bring people together so that we can do what's best for our community.
Right. And I think one of the great things about being in a collaborative with the Towns County Family Connection is that you always know what the other organizations are doing, so that no two organizations overlap as much. And I know that's always been a problem, to have organizations trying to do the same thing, and something may have already been done or just done or on slate to be done. So when you're part of the collaborative, you actually know what the others are doing, and I think that's huge for especially a community like ours. We can all publicize and communicate by social media and in the newspaper, but until you get into a collaborative meeting, you really don't know what the other ones are doing. So that's one of my favorite parts of Family Connection. This year you said your two goals, and those change every year, correct? Or they can change every year?
They can change, yes. We've had ours consistently.
Okay.
Those are the goals that we work on. And those are our goals for this year.
Okay. What do you have going on right now in the school? Is it all focused on the holidays right now, or are you still getting kids ready for school?
Both. So we're gearing up for the holiday season. It's crazy that it's just right around the corner. So we are already preparing for that and getting ready for that.
Okay.
And those needs, aside from just toys and help like that for the holiday season, we want to make sure that all of our families are taken care of, that our students are completely taken care of, not just toys. So clothing, shoes, that they have appropriate outerwear when it gets colder here, that their families are taken care of, is their home winterized, those things. That we want to make sure that the whole family's taken care of. And in Family Connection, we work to make sure that everybody that's doing something for Christmas, that we all are on the same page, and that we're all working together to serve Towns County.
I've always called Amy the broker at Christmas.
Yes.
Amy is the Christmas broker, and when somebody calls that wants to give a donation or they want to know what somebody needs, I always send them to Amy at Family Connection, because you do work with the churches and with the other organizations that may be collecting toys at Christmas, or even the coat drives, things like that. And I think it's real important that there's one person or one organization doing that. So like I said, people aren't overlapping and knocking on doors for the same cause. It can all go through Family Connection. So you work with the Sheriff's Department?
We do work with the Sheriff's Department. We have so many wonderful things going on at Christmas in our community. I always say that our community is so generous and so caring and wanting our community to thrive, and I love that about where we live. The Sheriff's Department has the Empty Stocking Fund,
Right.
and we work with the City of Hiawassee Police Department for their Shop with the Hero. We just love that. We gear that towards middle school students. The Sheriff's Department Empty Stocking Fund works with 0 through 12, I believe. And so our Shop with the Hero is for that middle school kind of area. We also work with churches who are collecting toys. We may have churches that sponsor 10 families, 20 families. And so we just make sure that that's going on. Huge shout out to Chautauqua Regional Hospital. They do a coat drive every year, and they wrap the coats. They say this is for a boy, this is for a girl, and they're just thrilled. They're just beaming when I go to pick it up that they are so happy that they're able to do that. So the CASA, that works with foster students. We just have so many people, just citizens that call and say, what can I do to help? I want to sponsor a family, because we want to make sure that, elementary through high school is taken care of. We want to make sure families are served at Christmas, that everyone has a happy Christmas.
So with it coming, it'll be October here very soon, and I think, in fact, when this goes on air, it is October. So it's not too early to call you to make a donation, right?
No.
For the holiday season. Do they, when folks write a check to Towns County Family Connection, do they earmark it for the holidays, or do all the collections from here on go for the holidays?
They would earmark it for the holiday season. So we have some that are, maybe the easiest thing to do is if you want to just call me or contact me and just find out, I can sort of find out better from you what it is that you're wanting that donation to go to. But typically, Shop with the Hero, that's a separate donation. They would write that to Shop with the Hero. That goes to
City
our
of Hiawassee.
certain program. Yes.
Okay.
And any other donations, they would just earmark it Christmas giving, Christmas project, Christmas fund, and so then we know to put that in, just for our Christmas giving.
Okay.
And that goes for clothing, that goes for shoes, that goes for toiletry items, things that we need to give to complete that family's Christmas.
Okay, and on the side here, because I just talked to you about Rotary wanting a list of items that you always need year-round when school's in or out. You need items year-round, and it's basics people don't think about. Socks, underwear, things like that. You can collect you'll take those anytime, right?
Yes.
New items, right? And it's any size of a child in school-age child?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So you collect, Towns County Family Connection has needs all year, so don't forget about them outside of the holiday season is what I'm trying to say, because I know you need stuff all the time.
School supplies, classroom supplies. We really want to support our teachers. Teachers are given such an overwhelming and profound job of teaching our kids, and so we want to make sure that they're fully equipped as well and have the things that they need. So we're always making sure that our kids have school supplies, binders, poster board, tab dividers, things like that you don't really think about, but binders can be a costly item for families or for classrooms who are needing a lot of those. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you already have your needs list together for the holidays?
We do.
Do you know how many families you think you'll serve this year?
Based on past history, we generally serve about 20% of the school population. So
Okay.
we generally serve around 200, 250 families. That's everybody in the community working together. That's not just us in our office serving those families. But we do, serve probably about 20% of the school population.
Which, give us a number for those
About
that...
200, 250.
Okay, 200.
Generally in the past, that's how many we've served.
Okay, so you've already got the holiday list together. So if somebody wanted to make a donation, you prefer a monetary donation over a toy or anything like that, right?
It really just depends. Families want to do it differently,
Okay.
and we love that. So if a family says, we have a family that I have in mind who always wants to take their kids with them shopping to
shop.
show them the joy of giving, and so we give them those items needed, and they pick that out themselves.
Okay.
If you donate a toy, we generally send you to the Towns County Sheriff's Department
Okay.
for their empty stocking fund. But it really depends on how you want to serve someone at Christmas, and we'll put you in that right direction of how to do that.
Okay, so your family's in need. Also at Christmas, do you do anything outside of clothing, coats, toys, things like that? Do you do food baskets at Christmas?
We generally partner with Teresa Stevens
Okay.
and the Food Pantry, 9th District Opportunity, organizations like that.
Okay.
We would partner with them. So we're on the phone a lot at Christmas
Yeah.
with organizations saying, hey, we have a family in need.
Okay.
So we can make sure that happens. We're kind of that resource for
For
making
that
sure
too.
that
Okay,
happens.
good. And we'll be talking here with Teresa in just a minute, so that's perfect. I was just wondering, I think years ago, you used to do something at Christmas
Yes.
with food.
We did.
Because we had, you had scheduled people for delivery and things like that. So I knew in the past you had done it, and I was just wondering if you still did it or not. So we'll cover that with Teresa when we've got her in there.
Perfect.
What else is going on with Family Connection? Any big changes that you can share, or are you still going over the mountain every week to work in another community? Because I know you were doing that. You were running another community's.
I do go across the mountain a lot.
Okay.
We are currently involved with a grant, a federal grant through the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council. This is entering our 5th year, and it's something I'm so proud of, and it covers the Onoda Judicial Circuit, Towns, Union, Lumpkin, and White.
Okay.
And if a juvenile is facing a felony charge, a lot of times for drugs, property crimes, those sort of charges, our program, they can opt through the court system to enter an intensive therapy program. It's an in-home program. They have to agree along with their family for 4 to 6 months to be in the program. And if they do, then that can affect their charges if they're successful at the end of the program. Georgia has an enormous cost for juvenile incarceration. It's a huge issue.
Yeah.
And so we are entering our 5th year. We have to date served 64 juveniles.
Wow.
19 this past year. And we're just so proud of the program. We're so proud when, a 14-year-old who's not been able to, be in the same room with his parents and talk with them, they're, at such odds with each other, can sit down and hug and talk and really want to connect with each other. So we're just so pleased with that program.
And
we're pleased with the
I see
Onoda
another
circuit.
show, because we're going to do that. I'm going to bring you back, and let's bring someone from the court system with you.
I would love to.
So that's going to be, watch for Amy coming up in the near future on one of our
I would
shows,
love to.
because
We're
I
so
love that.
proud of that.
That topic is so cool, and that is a whole nother aspect of what no one knows about Family Connection. So I do want to do that, and we'll do a whole show on that. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with Amy because we have another great guest coming on, but we'll bring her back very soon. In fact, I may go ahead and plan that for the next show. But Amy, how can people reach you at Family Connection?
My office is located at Towns County Schools, so if you call them and ask for Amy or Family Connection, they'll send you back to me. My number is 706-896-4131, and my extension is 1233.
Okay, and I've got all of Amy's information at the Chamber, so make sure you call the Towns County Chamber if you don't have Amy's information, because I'll be glad to give it to you. We'll be working with her throughout the season and letting the members know what's going on, especially with holiday giving. Thank you so much for coming on, and I'm so excited because I've already got my next show planned, so this is great. So we were talking with Amy Gibby Rosser from Towns County Family Connection. You've been watching Chamber Connection, so stay tuned, and we've got another guest coming up. Hi, welcome back. I'm Candice Lee. I'm the president of the Towns County Chamber of Commerce, and you are watching Chamber Connection. We had two great guests on today, or one great guest on today, but we've got another great one here with us. And as Amy mentioned in the first segment, Teresa Stevens does a lot with food pantry.
Yes.
Food pantry. But that's not what all Teresa does, because Teresa's real job is with 9th District. So we're going to go, nobody knows what that means. I mean, I can say 9th District, and first thing somebody says is Head Start.
Yes, and Head Start is a big part of our organization. We're on the services side, so actually I'm also a community resource coordinator.
Right.
We deal with those low-income families with rent, with heating assistance, with any, most financial needs. We work with the community at large to do referrals, and we do a lot of things with those families to help get them self-sufficient.
Right, and there's, believe it or not, down by the Chamber sign, because Teresa's office is just past mine on Jack Dayton Circle, we have a 9th District sign, and I think we get more questions about what is that, what is 9th District, but it's similar to the Family Connection. You guys do so much.
Yes,
it's just so big.
Yeah, we are a local nonprofit. We are based, our home office is in Gainesville. We serve like the northeast 13 counties, plus additional counties for Head Start and for housing assistance.
Okay.
We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We have a community resource coordinator in all those counties. We do lots and lots. We wear many different hats.
So you're the resource coordinator for Towns County?
For Towns County.
Okay, and you don't handle any other counties?
I float somewhat.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I travel to different counties for trainings, to assist in other counties with clients, do audits, work with Department of Community Affairs for housing assistance.
Okay.
Multiple different avenues, yes.
So if someone came into the chamber and said, I need help with housing, I can't find any housing that I can afford, we help them as much as we can with the apartments that we know are based on income that may be suitable for this person. But if there isn't anything available, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. So I would send them to you?
You could send them to me. Unfortunately, in Towns County right now, rent reasonable homes are few and far between.
Right.
In the last 2 years, we have not served anyone with housing money in this area, simply because there's no affordable housing in Towns County. There are some income-based apartments for those that are 55 and older, but the rent reasonable on them should be around $470. Unfortunately, they're like $520 a month.
Oh gosh.
So they're few and far between. Sometimes you can find a private landlord willing to work with you, but not normally.
Yeah. So what are these people doing?
We have noticed that a lot of families double up. They're living with other family members or non-family members. We do have some homeless people in our area that we're trying to get housed. Most of those transition out of the counties. They go south where there is a waiting list for Section 8 housing. but it is very difficult to get these families housed.
Right, and it's very close to home because we get a lot of families in here in the office that are looking for
Yes.
stuff, and they've got so much pride, and they want to do well for their families, and they're working, you know, they may only have one vehicle, or they find a way to get to work. They are truly in need of finding a place to live.
Yes, and that's the most difficult task. Even, you know, if they do have a minimum wage job and then they don't have any transportation, there's really no public transportation in Towns County. We have Towns County Transit, but it's not public transportation. And so it's not really on a regular schedule. They can't get to work on time. There's just a lot of obstacles in the way for a family that's low income, and the median income in Towns County is $28,000. So they're already at poverty level.
Right, they're already.
But there's just no public resources there.
Yeah. So you've got a big job, and I don't know. I wish
Yes.
we need it. I mean, I have always said we need affordable housing in Towns County.
Yes,
and
we do.
And I think it is a big deal. It is a big deal. We've got a lot of beautiful homes. We've got a lot of beautiful apartments and retirement homes.
Oh, yes.
But we need families here.
We need
the young
families.
people. So
Yes.
we'll work on it. We've got to work on it.
Yes.
You've stayed positive. And
Yes.
we will stay positive and work on this. Well, tell us what else you do, because you know it's getting cold.
It's getting cold, and one of our biggest programs is the heating assistance program. It's low-income heating assistance program, and families can qualify for a one-time payment of $350 or $310 to go to their heating vendor.
Okay.
That begins November 1st. They can make appointments by calling an 800 number or going online, which
Okay.
I'll be happy to pass that along. The 800 number is, and I can't read very well on this, is 1-855-636-3108. And that is for any of our counties. You call into that automated system, you put in your zip code, and they plug you into the county that you need to be. And it begins for 65 and older or totally homebound on November 1.
Okay.
It begins for all others on December the 3rd. That's
Okay.
the first business day of December.
And Teresa does a great job of getting that information in the newspaper, because I see it every year. She also sends that information to me, and I also know the website to go to get the heating assistance direct, the 800 number, as well as I think you can apply online, can't you?
You can apply for the appointment, but you have to come to the office
Okay.
to get the application completed. But the website's really easy. It's www.ndo.org
Okay.
/EAP.
Okay.
And I tell everybody, if you're computer literate, that's the best way to get your appointment. You're not sitting on the phone, but merely when it comes November 1st, you just log on, get your appointment, and you're done.
Okay. I'll have that at the front desk so that the volunteers can
Yes.
help with giving out that phone number. And I've got it right now, so it will go at the front desk. So anyway, if you need heating assistance this year, don't forget the 9th District Opportunity can help you with that one-time payment. And we'll have that information at the chamber, as well as with Teresa Stevens at the 9th District office. So you also, and I've always thought you did so many things, everybody, Amy, everybody does so many things in this community to help other people, but you don't work for the food pantry. You are a volunteer for the food pantry.
I am the volunteer chairperson for the food pantry, have been for 10 years since we first started operating.
Right.
And the numbers are declining, which is a good thing for our community, but there is still that 10% need.
Okay.
Most of our elderly live on $770 a month, and by the time they pay those rental fees and then they have to buy their groceries, there's not much money left.
Right.
Most of those families don't get food stamps. They're too proud to get food stamps, and if they qualify, they usually get about $16 to $24 a month.
Oh, gosh.
So we do have a homebound delivery service with the food pantry, and they serve about 60 families every week.
Okay.
And that's just the homebounds. It's like Meals on Wheels, except we deliver food boxes. We do serve about 250 families every 2 weeks with the regular food distribution. And that equates to about 900 individuals a month receiving additional food assistance.
Let me ask you something, because I see you guys up there. You've got volunteers up there all the time packing,
Yes.
and then on the Tuesdays that you actually serve, of course you have volunteers up there, and then the cars line up to get the food boxes. Do they have to qualify to receive those food boxes?
They have to be a Towns County resident.
Okay.
There's an actual form that they read and sign stating they make below those income levels. Now, I will tell you that I don't go out there and police that, because if some family is in need of food and they come and ask for food,
You're going to give them
I'm
food.
going to give them food. And the reason being is that food pantry does not receive any state or government grants. We receive monies from private individuals in the county and businesses from our county and the surrounding counties.
Okay.
So there are no funds, no grants to that food pantry. It's all
Privately supported.
Yes.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes, so we do have guidelines that we try to just deal with Towns County residents. If we have a resident show up from another county that's in dire need of food, they will be served food, and then we'll give them a list of the resources in their community.
In their community.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got 250 normally every
Yes.
time. Is that every month or every time you?
That's every time we open the door up there.
So that's twice a month.
Twice a month.
Twice a month that you serve food to those in need, and that's usually on a Tuesday, twice a
Yes.
month.
Yes.
And then at the holidays, that's a special need. That's a different type of need.
Holidays are usually 350.
Okay.
And it was around 450 when we first started 10 years ago, but over the years it's kind of pared down, and now we're at about 350 families per special distribution.
Okay.
And we have a special distribution for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. And we try to provide those families with either a turkey, a ham, or a large roaster chicken for their family, and then all the fixings for their holiday meal.
So if I was going to help with that, if I wanted to give something towards that to help that to alleviate some of the costs to the food pantry, do I bring canned food to you, or would you rather have a check?
Either way, we're
Okay.
not going to turn down anything that anybody donates. We just ask that it's in date.
Okay.
We will accept turkeys or hams. We have freezer capacity, and we will take anything. I know there's a special list for the Thanksgiving and
Okay.
the Christmas, and like it's mashed potatoes, stuffing mix, turkey gravy, cranberry sauce, green beans, corn, sweet potatoes, turkey, or any dessert mixes.
Okay.
But with cash, we can make it go a little bit further, because sometimes the stores do give us a discount.
Okay.
And it may not be a very large discount, but they do work with us.
Okay. So for people that are writing a check to the food pantry, Towns County Food Pantry
Correct.
is all they need to do.
That's it.
They can hand deliver the check.
Yes, ma'am.
Or they can mail it to where?
1294 Jack Dayton Circle, Young Harris, Georgia, 30582.
Okay, and I have that address too,
Yes.
so we'll help folks with that. So best way you can help this holiday season with either Towns County Family Connection or Towns County Food Pantry, both in great need at the holidays as they are all year round. And I think both organizations would be happy for volunteers too, right?
Oh, yes. We do about 400 volunteer hours a month. So
Okay.
if you want to be a volunteer, we've got a job for you.
Okay, so volunteers, people, they love people, helping people, and also checks, donations, but make sure at the holidays too, if you are donating a food non-perishable, that you get the list, just so it'll fit in somewhere at the holidays
Yes.
for you, because I know that's a different need that you
That's a
have.
different need.
Okay, so for Teresa Stevens at 9th District, one more time, the website for the heating assistance.
Is www.ndo.org/EAP.
Okay, and we've got all the information on Towns County Family Connection, as well as Towns County Food Pantry and 9th District opportunity for you at the chamber if you didn't get any of those addresses or phone numbers. Your phone number, how about that?
706-896-4783.
Okay, thank you. Two great ladies doing great
you.
things in this community, and we absolutely love these ladies for what they do and who they help. So thanks for watching today, and stay tuned, because both of these ladies will be back to keep us updated on what's going on with their organizations. I'm Candice Lee, and you've been watching Chamber Connection.